Today on The Butcher's Daughter, we're making Copy Cat Chipotle bowls, Weight Watcher style. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make Chipotle's famous cilantro lime rice. So everybody I know is kind of skeptical about this cauliflower rice, but if you buy it fresh and not frozen, it's not soggy. I even turned my husband into a believer with this stuff, and he literally did not like it when I first made it in another dish. But when I made it this way, he loved it, and I even tricked him a little bit. So, okay, so you just lay out the cauliflower on a sheet pan. Okay, so this is just like Pam, it's just spray olive oil. It's 0 points for like a whole bunch. We're just gonna use a little bit of it and spray right on top of your cauliflower. Okay, so next what we need to do is we need to get a little lime zest on there. And I'm sure you guys know how to zest a lime, but it's really important that you don't get into the white part of the lime. Just stay on the green. So a couple little rubs and then move it along, because if you get into that white part, it's bitter. All right, so now with the cilantro, I like to just give it a rough little chop. I leave it in big pieces, and I just sprinkle it over the top of the rice. Okay, and that's it for the rice. We're gonna pop it in a 425-degree oven about 15 minutes until it just starts to get a little bit brown, and then we're gonna pull it out. And it really is gonna be just like that Chipotle lime cilantro rice. All right, so this is kind of like where I get that real Chipotle flavor. It's from these two things, and my secret ingredient. And I watched like every single Chipotle copycat video on YouTube, and I haven't found it, and anyone use this in theirs. And I've been trying for a while to make like one that really tastes like it, and I found the golden ticket because I think I really did find what makes it taste like that. Okay, I'm peeling a half of a red onion, and I'm just gonna chop it kind of thinly. And this is for the veggies option. I get the vegetarian version. I'm not vegetarian, but I just don't eat a lot of meat, so I always get that. TJ gets chicken usually, and so I always get the fajita veggies on the side, and this is where the flavor, like that signature Chipotle flavor, comes from. So anyway, I just cut half of a red onion, and now I'm gonna cut half of a green pepper. Okay, so I'm gonna let these cook for just a couple minutes before I add my secret ingredient, and then we'll move on. I choose the black beans instead of the pinto beans. TJ sometimes tries the pintos, but we're gonna go with black today. And if you ever notice when you're getting the beans at Chipotle, it has like the bean juice in it, and a lot of people rinse these. I'm really trying to do it just like them. So I'm gonna take this and I just pop it in the microwave for a minute. Okay guys, I'm gonna give this a stir. See how they're starting to get a little bit of color? All right. So here is my secret ingredient, you guys. It's liquid smoke, and this is really what gives it that authentic Chipotle flavor. I know it's called Chipotle, and you wish I had Chipotle peppers, but this is truly what it tastes like. So I just put a teaspoon of that in here. I sprinkle it over all these veggies. Give it a stir. It's already looking like Chipotle already. I'm getting so excited. Okay, I got the color I want. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. I want them to get a little bit softer. I don't want to add any fat or any calories, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And as soon as that water boils out, these are done. Ooh, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so let's start building our bowl. Now, this is the cauliflower rice. It's so good, you guys, and really, really filling. And since it's 0 points and very, very low in calories, we can go ahead and just really stock up on that. Okay, it's delicious. It tastes like lime, it tastes like cilantro. All right, on top of that, like I said, I'm doing the vegetarian version. So what do they ask you? They ask you what kind of rice you want. We're going for cauliflower. And then you pick your beans. We're gonna get a half a cup of black beans going. That's a lot. Like, this is gonna be super filling. Okay, our fajita veggies came out perfectly. We're gonna add a whole bunch of these. Again, these are 0 points. So we've almost filled our bowl up and we're still at 0 points. So you can add all of these if you want. I'm just gonna add that much. And next up is the salsa. Sometimes I go for the hot salsa and sometimes I go for the salsa verde they have there. This is 0 points and it tastes just like the salsa verde at Chipotle. And why this one is 0 points, it doesn't have sugar. A lot of them have added sugar. This Herdez brand does not. That's why I chose it. So I'm not even gonna measure this. I'm just gonna give it a little pour right over the top. It's so good, you guys. I make a lot of stuff with that and I'm gonna do a couple recipes. Okay, so for our cheese option, you know how Chipotle's cheese is white? I know it's probably like Monterey Jack or whatever, which is on the fattening side, high calorie side. So I chose the reduced fat 4 cheese Italian. And I know that seems kind of funny for this recipe, but it really does taste like the Chipotle cheese. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup for 2 points. Okay, last but certainly not least, it's not a Chipotle bowl if it doesn't have sour cream, and I just couldn't give up that. So I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of the reduced fat Breakstones sour cream. Out of all the sour creams I've tried, this one is the least reduced fat tasting one. So you get a lot with this. You get 2 tablespoons for 2 points. So here's 1. There's 2. Okay, a little sprinkle of romaine lettuce. And look at that, guys. Seriously, I know I could fool you with this if I delivered this to your house. It is a real Chipotle bowl. If you liked this video today, guys, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Thank you so much.